So in this video, we're going to look at how you can add some binary numbers together. And there are a few rules to adding in binary, which we're going to talk about first. So the first major rule with adding in binary is that you always start right to left. So although it can be quite tempting to go from left to right, the rules are you start at the right hand side and then you work your way across to the most significant bit from right to left. Now there's a few rules. Rule 1 is that if you're adding some zeros together, e.g. 0 plus 0, that will always give you 0 because it's the equivalent of adding nothing and nothing together. If I was to add a 1 and a 0 together, or the other way around, 0 and 1, then I end up with 1 because it's the equivalent of adding 1 to nothing, which gives you 1. If I was to add two 1s together, I actually end up with 0 and then I carry the 1. The reason for that is because if 1 and 1 added together, it gives me 2. So that means it moves along a column. Okay, so 0 carry the 1 because in binary, if you remember, if I draw out the this table here, 2 is represented like this, 1, 0. Okay, so that's why it's 0 and then carry the 1. So they're the very basic rules. Now let's look at the rules that involve a carry 1. So let's imagine we've got 0 plus 0 plus a carry 1. Now that basically equals 1 because this carry 1 slots nicely into these this blank space where these zeros don't occupy, therefore our carry is now used. If we get 1 add 0 plus a carry 1, then that equals a 0 carry the 1 again, okay, because it's the same as adding 1 and 0 together, okay, two 1s together basically. So it's here, so it's 1 and 1, 0 carry the 1, acts the same. The only one that's really different is 1 add 1 plus a carry 1, which equals 1 carry 1, because that's the equivalent of 3, okay. So the reason for that is because if you imagine up here on our binary table again, if we have 3, that's represented as 1, 1, like so. So it's 1 carry the 1. Okay. So those are the rules. So let's look at this in practice. Okay. Let's have a look. So in the kind of practice questions, you might be dealing with 2 binary numbers, but in the exam it tends to give you 3 binary numbers to add together. Just to let you know that although there's 3 numbers, it doesn't change the method, okay? And you'll find that the GCSE questions especially are relatively straightforward. They never get too complicated even with 3 numbers. So let's work through this, okay? So we start on the far right hand side. So 1 add 1, because the 0 doesn't count, so it's the equivalent of adding 2 1s, is 0, and then we carry the 1, okay? So we carry the 1 over. The next one is 3 zeros and a carry 1. So this one just nicely slots into this space here. So we use our carry 1 and then there's no more carry at this point. Let's move along. 1 and 1 is 0, carry the 1. So put down a 0, carry the 1 over to the next column. Once again, lots of zeros and the 1 slots nicely into this column here. We've used our carry 1. Next along, we've got 2 1s. So 0, carry the 1. Now we've got 3 1s because we've got 2 1s, which would give a 0 carry the 1, but we've got our carry 1 as well, which means we put down, which is 3. So we put down 1, then carry the 1. Now we've got 2 1s here, which is 0, carry the 1, and then finally this final 1 here slots nicely into here. So there's no overflow here. So our answer is 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. So if this has been marked by an examiner, then you get 1 mark for each nibble being correct. Let's look at a different example. This is from a different paper, again another past paper. So it looks very similar. So 1 and 1, 0 carry the 1 because we're adding 2 1s together, so 0 carry the 1. This one slots nicely into here. Here we've got 2 1s, so again it's 0 carry the 1. Now we've got 3 1s because we've got 2 1s and a 1, so that's 3, so it's 1 carry the 1. Same again, 2 1s and a 1 carry, so that's 3, so 1 carry the 1. Now we've got 2 1s, so that's 0 carry the 1. Now we've got 3 1s, so that's 1 carry the 1, and then finally that 1 slots nicely into here. So once again, we've got 2 marks here, 2 nibbles. So 1 1 0 1 gets you 1 mark, and 1 0 1 0 gets you the second mark. The key here is remembering these rules, as you can see. So as long as you remember these rules here, then you'll always be able to answer any adding in binary question.